we've taught our daughter the biblical pathway to marriage, abstinence. And so as long as she follows that path, which we are sure she will, then abortion will never be on the table. And so this is just something that we really just don't need to talk about. We don't need to talk about something so unpleasant with our little girl. And so we didn't talk about it. And we never did. We didn't really talk about sexuality at all. I remember in 3rd grade, my mom called me into her room and she had a book about sex. And she said, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you about something very important. And she opened this book and I was so embarrassed. I started crying and said, I cannot believe you and Dad do this. And I ran out of the room, and that was it. We never talked about it again. That was it. I went to college, and I got into a relationship with a guy that was 8 years older than me. He lived in my apartment complex. And that relationship moved very quickly physically, and I remember taking my first pregnancy test, and it was positive. And so I took like 10 more, hoping that one was wrong, and what do you know, they were all positive. And so I went to my boyfriend, my older boyfriend, who, I thought, oh, well, he's older, he's gonna have some wisdom here for me. He's gonna know what to do. And I went to him and said, I'm pregnant, what do we do? And he said, oh, I know what to do, I know where to take you. I've taken other girls there before. And I would really, really like to tell you that I looked at him and said, well, wait a minute. We've been doing some adult things over here, so let's sit down and have an adult conversation right now about where we go from here. Or that we sat down and talked about adoption or being parents, or that we called our local pregnancy center. I didn't even know what a pregnancy center was. I'd never heard of one. More than anything, I would like to tell you that I picked up the phone and I called my parents. My parents who had always been there for me. My parents who had always loved me unconditionally, no matter what ridiculous, stupid things I had gotten into. My parents, the people who definitely would have wanted to know what I was thinking about the life of their grandchild, who deserved to know what I was thinking in regards to the life of their grandchild. But I didn't. I just looked at my boyfriend and I said, okay, let's make the appointment.